Nigga like me, man. I love the game. I love the hustle. You feel me? One of the ball playing niggas, you know. Bird, magic, or something. Yeah, I mean, nigga got dope. Nigga can leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gon' flex.
Yeah, this Milk.
It's your boy Cliche,
We are the risk takers.
and we do this for the love of the game. Now today's topic, what makes a classic a classic?
I don't know, man. I mean,
What are some of the components that make a classic? Let's start on that.
all right. Some of the components that make a classic to me is the feeling, the arrangement of an album, the beats, the hooks, wordplay, the feature, the cover of the album, the feeling. It got to feel like it's magic. Those to me, those are some of the components that make a
Key
classic.
elements. My thing is, what also makes a classic is if you change the direction of hip hop. That also makes a classic a classic.
You
Your
think-
swag, your team that was behind you, even behind the scenes, the record labels, all of that make up. You know what I'm saying? What's a classic?
So do you think if you change the direction of hip hop, do you think that?
Automatically qualifies you for one.
But what about people like MC Hammer that change the direction? You think he has classics?
Future,
I think
listen. Future,
and that's no disrespect to him
Future
either.
changed the direction of hip hop. DS2 is a classic,
All right. What
and he's in a whole nother generation with the mumble rappers. It is what it is. A classic is a classic.
I think you could change the direction of hip hop without having a classic.
I'm not saying that every person that changed this and made you rap. I'm saying you qualified to get looked into.
I do think. And listen,
See, but MC Hammer, we not counting that as rap.
and I'm not saying that he don't have a classic either. But I'm just saying that.
Perfect example, Nas. He changed the direction of hip hop with Illmatic. Niggas wasn't rapping like that.
He wasn't. Nobody was rapping like him
You know what
prior
I'm
to
saying?
him.
That changed the direction. Not only was it, I'm not saying that's the only element. I'm saying that's part of having a classic. When 50 came in and it was Get Rich or Die Trying, he changed the way hip hop
You basically saying you got to have a classic album, but you
Yeah.
also have to change the direction of hip hop.
that I'm saying that adds to your classic being a classic.
It does.
Your
It does.
team behind you.
If I'm not mistaken, when to go back on Hammer, when he dropped "Let's Get It Started," that I think that's the name of the CD. Shit was fire.
It was fire.
It was fire.
It was different. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I mean?
But that was a different type of, that was
A different type of classic.
music. You know
Different.
what
It was
I'm saying?
different.
It was different. I mean, in his genre, considerably, that's a classic in his genre. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the only thing I'm saying. I'm talking about on some real rap shit, like even Hov. I mean, before a couple albums came out, like the Nas and all that, he wasn't rapping like that.
True.
And what's the first album? Reasonable. That was a classic now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
But hold on, it was a classic. But at the time, he didn't change
It did.
He didn't change
They didn't
the
look
direction.
at it as a classic back then.
Right.
But it's a classic now after it came out and people started checking for it, like, oh shit, he was on to something. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you this. Now we know it's a classic now, but when it dropped, nobody knew, so he didn't change the direction of hip hop. But it still was a classic.
Classic. Yeah, it was. It
So
was a classic.
sometimes you can drop a classic,
Yeah.
not change. So it could be
That's
either
what I'm
or.
saying.
It
I'm
could be
just
either
saying,
or.
It's a component that adds to you. I'm
Most
not
definitely,
saying this
most
up.
definitely. You're not
It's
saying like
one
it's
of the
a-
top
it's-
necessity.
I got you.
Because there's a lot of shit people fear what they don't understand. It's a lot of shit that people don't understand and they get it later. But you know what I'm saying? When you look, like, I didn't know Nas was changing the direction until it happened and everybody started fucking rapping like that.
Right.
And of course, he probably got it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
You know who I think he got it from?
OG, I'm about to say OG. fucking bugging. Cool G Rap.
No, you know, I'm gonna go even deeper than that.
Oh.
And niggas might get mad at me though. I think Nas might have got it from who's Nori OG?
Norio. Corn Mega?
Gaddafi. You listen to Gaddafi album when he made when he was like 16, 17?
Yeah.
That shit sound like pre-Illmatic
And
to
that's
me.
why I like hip hop. See, because I didn't grow up on that shit. And when I went back and did and listened,
Right.
he was dead nice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was dead nice. And you got a point right there.
Yeah. But he didn't change the you know.
So you saying Nas stole his flow?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You ain't gonna have me Illmatic my shit. You ain't gonna have me say that. I love Illmatic so much. I got the CD in my car and the cassette paper still wrapped up, and I got it on my phone. You ain't gonna have me say that. I know, fuck that. You ain't gonna have me.
You the alley. I thought you was going.
I ain't going. I'm a risk taker. I ain't no risk taker like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And have motherfucking Nas not sending no Uber and shit. You don't hear Gold Member and shit.
You knew
What
you
that
knew
here? Gold Member, Angel Member. What he coming this again? Fuck that.
Yo,
That's funny as shit.
Nah, but also back to the subject. But I think also too your swagger, just the way your demeanor come across on while you making the music. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
the
right.
gear you had on, like, it's so vivid in hip hop. Niggas remember videos. Niggas remember what you had on in the video. Niggas like that in that time moment. That shit changes. You know what I'm saying? That shit changes the perspective of what you did. Like niggas came in.
It's ill. You said videos. When I started breaking down all the different things, yes, videos is a big contribution to
it is.
visual. Your visuals. Because I said covers, so when I said covers, I'm thinking visuals. But yeah,
That's
videos.
a part of it too. Videos, covers, photo shoots, everything
Right.
at the
And
time.
all your shit gotta be on point with
All the
it. You
shit.
can't be on your cover on your videos looking like well, you
crazy.
can like a bum nowadays.
Well, nowadays
You can like whatever you want. Long as you nice.
You can wear a dress and you can wear a dress and have a. Can you wear a dress and have a classic?
Can you wear a dress and wear a classic? That's a good question.
That's a good question, man.
You know what? In these days, I think you can do whatever the fuck you want to have a classic.
You could have a classic.
You know what I mean?
The
Now-
classics, and this is another topic.
What?
Are we doing generational classics?
Yeah, we are. I mean, the thing is, it's like, I do think it's such thing as a generational classic because you might talk to somebody and they might say, yo, motherfucking, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 first album was a classic. And you looking at them like, yo, did you hear UGK Riding Dirty CD?
Yeah, and that's why I like doing it. The nostalgia way plays a lot of part because you don't know at that time where was you when it came out. You know what I'm saying? At that time when it came out, shit probably was a classic, especially in the hood.
A classic feeling.
Classic for everything.
Right.
And not to get off subject, but every 10 years it's a switch in music. Every give or take 10 years.
I would just switch right now. I'm tired of this shit we playing on now.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like hip hop is Groundhog's Day right now.
No, but even a lot of artists will tell you you're not getting paid the same no more. Your album don't feel the same no more. Selling the hundreds, going gold is like going platinum back then. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Oh, I sold 100. 200, 300,000 records. Oh, I did good my first week. Back then, they was doing that shit triple. You know, niggas was going platinum in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So, like, shit, the value decreased. So, I don't want us to always, as a hip hop generation, I don't want us to always discredit the young, but at the same time, I don't want to always agree with the watered down shit. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this. It's funny when you start bringing up sales. Do you think sales add up to being a classic too?
Hell yeah, that do. But you can't. But we can't get into that because record labels was buying niggas' whole albums.
True.
Def Jam was buying 1 million albums.
Because the sales make the attention. If the attention make the sales.
No, I know.
Right.
Niggas was going platinum and all that shit. Your whole record label buying 1 million records. I can't. Like I could count it, but you can't really count it because it's a lot of classics from niggas who didn't get that popular love.
You know what's funny? Let's stay back on the topic of what you talking about as far as the eras. That mean, like, when you trying to tell a little young boy, like, yo, you need to listen to, soul food, and they looking at you like,
what the fuck is that?
That ain't no classic.
But then you gotta understand that's why it gets tough when you talk about that because all they know is Lil Wayne.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
they know Guwap. Guwap was a classic.
But to me, it's like this: if your old head that you listen to like another old head, why wouldn't you do the math? If I'm listening to
fuck the math.
Listen.
No, that's how they.
I know. These motherfuckers think 1 + 1 equals 3,000.
Not to go off subject, but did you hear this nigga said Drake is better than Tupac
and Biggie?
You
see, back in the day, niggas smacked the shit out of him for saying some shit like that.
But that's what I mean.
Or beat him up, take him off stage, and throw him off the stage.
That's what I mean with the generational shit.
It's stupid shit.
It's like, yo, you on one hand, I'm being in both generations. I get it. I get what you. I don't want to take away from some of the young niggas' talent because they doing shit a certain way. I'm not gonna judge and be like, I don't understand this. But then, yo, we letting them get away with a lot of watered down shit.
Right.
Fuck the check. Let's talk about hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because don't forget, J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick, they still in this fucking era too. So these other little niggas coming out with this music, you know what I'm saying? Not all of them are whack, but all of them, I don't think they do the research anymore.
Right.
When you got niggas going on stage and performing Biggie and don't know a classic verse. This nigga said Alamo on stage. Like, come on, son. You got paid to do that job.
And you ain't performed.
And you ain't even performed. You got paid. You got a reminder like, yo, you perform in 2 weeks. You might want to get to studying.
Right.
They so disrespectful. They don't even get to study the shit. Like, and there's some shit that come on in the club, every club in America, every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We can't, like, shit like that, I feel like we can't just let that slide. But at the same time, I understand new music comes with new ears. It comes with new critiques. You know what I'm saying?
I understand new music come with new ears, new critique. But the thing is like this: if he loved Drake and Drake loved Biggie and Nas, and Drake is nice to you, why wouldn't you say to yourself, if Drake think these classics, let me listen to why he think these are classics.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, if I like Biggie, Big Pun, Nas, and all these different people, 8-Ball, MJG, fucking Snoop, Crooked Eye, and just different people, Joe, and they say to me, like, yo, I like Little Booth Bop. You know what I mean? I don't want to call nobody real name out, but he said, I love Little Booth Bop. I'm like, yo, why he love this nigga? I want to know why he love it. Why? You know what I mean? And that's why these young niggas can't make a classic, because they don't even know what the fuck a classic is.
They don't.
You understand what I'm saying?
But they not even... It's gotten so crazy in hip-hop to where we don't even know what to call their style of music.
Yeah.
And not everybody's rapping like that. Like I said, you still got the Coles, the Kendricks, the Big Seans. They understand the game.
Right,
the
right.
Wale's, the Meek Mills, they know the game.
Right.
But the younger generation underneath them, they don't know.
You know why? I think...
And it's not to
they
say
don't give
that
a fuck.
They don't give a fuck because... all the artists I just named, they blatantly tell you on these interviews, these radio shows, I used to listen to Jadakiss. I used to listen to DMX. I listen to They tell you that.
Right,
so
right.
it's not like they not giving out the info. I just think they not doing the research. They not all of them, but majority of them don't know and they don't give a fuck because they in the lane of their own.
Or the one, you know what is funny? The people that don't really care about hip hop really listen to, you know, this no disrespect, but they listen to like Gucci, or they listen to just they listen to like
and
they listen to like
go out.
I fuck with Gucci.
He got a classic.
You know what I mean? He might have to.
He
might have to. Now, it go to this. Is classic?
Did everything.
Is classics based on? Could a classic be based on an area?
Area?
Meaning like we say
area shouldn't matter.
Listen, because we saying Gucci is a classic, but there's some dudes from up north or even West Coast like that shit ain't no classic.
Yeah, but you know,
like
a classic should be a classic.
A classic should be a classic, but it's stuff down over West Coast. There's classics to them.
Nah.
To us, we like that's not a classic.
No,
and it's classics up north. There's classics to us.
That's
to
a good
West
point.
Coast, like that ain't no classic.
No, that's a good
and
point.
South and the
That's
South
the
too.
point. When they was having the beefs and all that shit, they fuck with the music, but they didn't fuck with it like we fucked with it.
Right.
So I think you have to take an opinion when that's a public opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And a classic is an opinion from what it is. According to artists, a classic should make you feel it's music. It's supposed to make you feel this way or it's supposed to make you feel that way. Whoever feel this way, you're not wrong. Whoever feel that way, you're not wrong either. So it does come into play because you gotta understand when certain artists come out from your area, when niggas come from your hood, it's gonna mean more to you than across the world.
Especially when they talk that talk.
When a nigga come out of Compton and they talking that talk, whether it was this close to it, whether it was an inch away from a classic or not, they gonna say it was a classic.
Right.
Because he come from this neighborhood, he was rapping about Tay across the street, and we really knew this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And he using words from Runaway.
And he using that, so you have to take that in consideration.
Right.
You have to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like when you look at artists like Gucci Mane, like he definitely got a classic, but he probably got two. And he changed the direction of hip hop, and he influenced the generation.
He influenced a lot of motherfuckers.
He influenced a whole generation, my nigga. And he changed the direction of music.
Right. But do he have classics? Let me say that. I'm not saying.
No.
Listen. Let me get this. Let me get this straight.
You talking about lyrically classic?
No. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is, I think Gucci have maybe two classics. I believe that. Yeah. But what I'm saying to you is somebody right now listen to what we saying,
nah, you bugging.
That shit ain't no classic.
Yeah.
And somebody saying that shit ain't no fucking classic.
But that's why I agree with you with the area shit, because we was living out here when the nigga was dropping the music.
Right.
I seen the shit firsthand. I seen the nigga perform on stage plenty of times.
Right. But then on the flip side, to defend those people, which Gucci classic is a classic?
But I'm saying,
which one is which Gucci album a classic?
That see, he got
the Riddick one. That's a classic to me.
Hold on.
The one when he just got locked up.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Right, but let me ask you this.
I don't know the name of it. That's the one I'm talking about.
But let me ask you this. This one I mean when you say it's a classic. Could you put that shit against Urban Legend?
But I'm not going to do that.
See, when you start doing that, when you start putting, that's why we...
because I don't want to compare works because they're two different artists. That's why I don't like doing it.
You don't like... So all right, so we say... When we start saying, all right, down south, you want to use Urban Legend.
No, because me personally, it's up there with that.
Right.
They in the same category with that, but those are the kings of the game. Right. I don't want to. They up there with each other. I'm not saying which album was better than which album.
No.
But is he in that category?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he's in that category.
Not his status, because we know his status is on the category.
No.
But
we know
what
who
we're saying
the king of the South is. We know what that is, but Gucci is arguably he's next after T.I. After you had T.I., you had Rick Ross, you had Gucci. They all in the same category to where you can compare them not by this lyric was better. No, but you can compare and say that body of work.
That's what I'm saying.
You can
I'm saying that. Like when you start saying
it only got to be in their generation and in that time span.
Right.
I can't compare nothing to Biggie shit up north because Biggie not here, and you know what I'm saying. Biggie not here, and I will be discrediting the other artists because I look at that nigga as a god now.
Right.
But T.I. is still making music to this day, and in the time when he had his classics, which he probably could still make another classic is T.I. I'm not taking that away from him too, but Gucci, he deserved to be talked about in that category.
Right. But the only reason I asked you that because
that nigga had hits. That nigga had the streets.
The only reason I asked you this because I also believe an artist can have his type of classic.
Exactly.
Meaning it's not in the same way.
You can't disqualify somebody for being them.
Right. Meaning that's a Gucci classic.
Yeah.
Or that DS2, that's a future classic. But it's a classic, but it's classic future. Or that's a classic Gucci. That's the best from that artist that make him a classic. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's where it gets fickle.
Because do you want to hear that?
Do you disqualify the rules? Do
you stick to a classic as a classic as a classic?
Because Young Thug in his world, they gonna say it's a classic.
Right.
But is it a classic? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's hearsay. It's tough when you judge a classic though, bro.
Because a classic is a classic.
A classic should be a classic no matter what. The same guidelines should apply. If Gucci is a Gucci classic, we don't always have to say that because the music speaks for itself.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to him.
Right.
You can't just say, that's a Gucci. No, it's a classic fucking It's a classic majority everywhere you go. And the only reason I say that, because New York at the time, them OJ the Juice Man, Gucci, they was bumping that shit hard body. That's why it turned into what it turned into now.
Right.
When we fell off, the South picked right back up. And a hit is a hit anywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I cannot say, oh, that's just a Gucci classic. That's a classic.
I do believe a hit is a hit anywhere, but it's a classic anywhere.
It should be.
It should be, but it's not.
It should be, though. It should be. Facts. It's just, listen.
I was talking to somebody.
Music is going to mean more to people, like I said. When Kendrick dropped, was that a classic? People don't feel that as a classic. But on the West Coast, you want to ask them, is it a classic? Hell yeah, that's a fucking classic.
Right.
But a classic should be a classic anywhere.
What about the YG shit?
That shit is a classic to me.
Right, but it's some niggas down south and up north like, yo, I don't like that sound. Same with the DJ Quick shit.
No, I know.
Like, DJ Quick got albums and niggas saying it's classic, but that sound is so based on that area, the people in that area can feel that shit.
But see, a classic should be a classic, but you also gotta give the degree of that's that artist. Because we're gonna hold Kendrick Lamar at a higher standards than YG.
Mm-hmm.
We want Kendrick to drop an impeccable, no mistake classic.
Right.
YG, he had a couple here and there, maybe things he could have changed, but was it a classic? Yeah. Are we say that? We being biased when it comes to the.
So we bending rules. We are bending rules.
We are. Everybody does it.
I think because so basically we bending rules on area. We bending rules on artists. We bending rules on what else? Style, even style, even swag. Because you always talking about swag.
When I say that,
what
lyrics? We bend the rules.
We are. Because when you think about it, because lyrically, when you think
fucking with a lot of people lyrically, and they album is still a classic.
See, and that's to go back to the other shit. Can you be a person that's not super lyrical and make a classic album?
Yeah.
Because it's dudes that's more lyrical than Nori, but when you listen to Nori's first album, his album is better than a lot. Nori's album is better than Cannabis' first album.
That's what I'm saying.
And when you put Cannabis and Nori face to face, not now, but back then, Cannabis will eat Nori ass up.
That's why I say you can't. It's like you. I try not to compare people. I try to give them that. That's who he is, and it's a classic.
But that's why we love hip hop so much. Because we gotta compare.
These motherfuckers bend the rules a lot, though.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfucking rule bending. It's a rule bending society. Because half of these niggas got no lyrics.
Right.
But they got classic albums. Yeah, man. What happened to your phone, man?
I dropped my fucking phone, man. I was talking to this dude and he said that motherfucking only built for Cuban Link wasn't a classic.
Oh,
I threw my phone across the street, man.
That shit look fucked up, man.
You say some shit about only built for Cuban Link's not a classic. That shit fucked my head up, man.
Yeah, that's why I said we bend the rules.
These hip hop babies, man.
These hip
Motherfucking hip hop babies, man.
Hey, according to hip hop, nigga, you ain't even in your teens yet, nigga. You diaper wearing, just got off the stalk. The stalk just dropped you at the fucking hip hop gates, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This shit crazy out here.
Let me ask you this. No, you go ahead.
Now what I was about to say, all that shit make up an album, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Those are really the rules. When you can listen to an album straight through, that's classic.
Do you think?
But different songs mean different things to different people.
See, that's why I disagree with you. I think you can have every song on your album could be good and it's still not a classic. I think every song on your album has to be magical to be a classic.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's a difference between good and great.
Right.
Great is great.
Right.
Good is good.
Great is undeniable.
Great is undeniable. This is a 4 out of 5 instead of being a 5 out of 5.
Right, it's like somebody tell you Ready to Die not a classic, you looking at them like, nigga,
because you're right.
There's something wrong with you.
It's so many good albums, excellent even, still not great.
Right. And we just push it to a classic.
Damn.
So is it a classic? A classic
is not a classic no more.
You understand what I'm saying?
The rules is disqualified. Right. You know why? It's too much opinion in being a classic.
Is it because...
And we didn't hold... The rules has been bent too far, too long.
But
man.
is it...
gone too far, man. The rules have been... Because a classic, in my opinion, should fit the rule book. It should fit the guideline. Any generation, any type of music, any person. Classic is a classic. But if this person is only known for making hits and they're not known for lyrics, you can't disqualify their music of being a classic because they don't got no lyrics on their shit. Or if this person is super lyrical, but he didn't have that one club banger that he should have had on the album, do you disqualify it?
Right.
But that magical shit everybody can do, and that's why it's not a lot of classics. Big shit was magical.
It was magical.
Every classic that we can name had magic to it, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Coming out hard, 8-Ball MJG, magical.
Motherfucking
Chronic, Chronic, magical.
My nigga, magical.
Easy does it.
Get rich or die trying.
Magic. That's when you hear something that's magic.
And it sounds.
Remember the first time you heard fucking what's the Jay-Z album with the Annie shit on there? What's that shit called?
Life and Times of Carter, Volume 3.
When you heard that,
oh,
when you heard that, you
shit.
knew like, yo,
that's fucking crazy.
You was like, this nigga here.
He on some next shit.
Yeah, magic.
You about to have me start rapping some Jay-Z shit.
Yeah.
But that's a classic. When motherfuckers can get that feeling, whatever the feeling is, bro. When people can get that feeling from you, that's a type of magic that you kind of have to possess nowadays.
So,
Ben had to possess, you know what I'm saying?
So basically we're saying
star power. We ain't gonna call it magic, we're gonna call it star power.
Right.
That's star power. When you got the ability to do shit like that, that's star power, bro. That's included in being a classic.
Yeah.
Everybody we name that had the classic album had that, whether it was the first album, second, we doing it according to that album.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna hold your first one might have been good, but that second one was a fucking classic. It was magical. It was nothing about it.
Right.
Take Care had something magical about that shit, bro. The way the songs aligned, the track listing, even the Drake. I'm gonna just say a Drake swag. He wasn't the most flyest nigga in the world. He's still not the flyest nigga. But that magic that he worked, whether he was going through a breakup or whatever, it aligned.
Do you think a classic means the ability of an artist to master being themselves?
Yes.
That's the way to put it.
Star power. You have to know yourself in order to put that out. It don't matter what you're going through. This nigga was singing and rapping, but it was him. You knew for 100%, and that's why a lot of artists, it separated them. It separates you from being a good artist to a great artist. Because no disrespect, but when you talk about niggas like Jada and stuff like that, I think they were magical, but I don't think their magic was enough. You know what I'm saying?
I think when you...
Because they had all those elements, but in the eyes of me...
But he didn't line it all up on the album, though.
And that's where I think it separated.
Like, you
some people was going to say that was...
Some people going to be like, you fucking bugging.
You tripping, I know. And that's why it's hard to
But here
judge
go the question, though. The people that say we bugging, are they saying we bugging because they haven't done the math on know what's really a classic? If you say Jada got a classic...
No, it just meant more to them than it meant to the game at that point. It just meant more to them.
Right. It can go back to your era.
It does.
Right.
It does too. But I mean, see, like me, when I hear the Kiss of Death, that was like a 4 out of 5. But it wasn't a 5. Lyrically, it was there. But like I always say, it was 1 or 2 songs.
What about the hooks?
The hooks was there, but it was 1 or 2 songs, 2 or 3. It was like 2 or 3 songs that he shouldn't have even kept it on the album. You know what I'm saying? Because they were dancey. There wasn't the full Kiss.
That's another thing that could fuck your album up. Too many songs. Too many songs. The wrong arrangement.
It does play a factor.
The wrong feature.
Because it was dead ass like probably like 2 or 3 songs. If he would have X'd that out, instant classic.
Right. I think Jay-Z did that on one of his albums. What was that? The Gift and the Curse CD, the double CD?
That shit was
if he'd have just
part 2. If he would have just
made the shit smaller. Oh my God!
If he would have consolidated,
yeah.
But Gift and the Curse is the classic.
The double CD? You fucking bugging. You fucking bugging.
Don't have me. Don't be talking crazy
on here.
bro.
Don't do that. Jay got a lot of classics.
Don't do no blasphemy.
No, we slim it down. Yes. But
the Curse.
See, let me ask you this.
The Curse was a classic.
See, now you're going half on me. Get the fuck out of here. Niggas start doing the math for the songs and shit.
No. I'm fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Now,
like,
now the podcast, they will never come out because Jay go blackball us and shit.
Nah, you ain't gonna do that. We know what Jay is already. We already know what's a classic and what's not a classic.
Right.
But I could agree with you. If it was consolidated just a little bit,
We have another classic.
it would have went further.
All right.
Which it's sold. Don't get it twisted. But
do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think? How many people you think? Do you think any artists have a double CD that's a classic? I don't think no rap artist have a double CD that's a classic.
I can't even.
Biggie, Jay.
Biggie double CD wasn't a classic.
You know who might have a double CD that's a classic?
Nelly. Sweatsuit, nigga. Sweatsuit, nigga. That was my shit, man.
Oh,
Sweatsuit,
shit.
nigga. That was a classic, nigga.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You be riding for Nelly. You be riding. Let me find out the motherfucker you wanted to see. Let me find out you the St. Lunatic under that mask and shit.
I fuck with Nelly.
You know who I think it could be though?
Who? Besides Big?
You want to get big? You want to get? I don't want to. I ain't gonna say shit about Big. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say shit about Big.
Let him live.
I ain't gonna say no because I love Big. So I really. But damn, I can't. I don't know if I can let that Big comment slide. But you know who I think got a double CD probably?
Who?
Game. That last Game album.
Oh, that shit was fire.
Would you consider that a double CD?
That's
but
a
he
classic.
dropped it one album and then he dropped this too a week later or something like that, right?
It don't matter. It go together.
I believe that might be one.
Graphics, the visuals, the videos, the features, that shit was a classic album.
Now let me say this, going back to Big, because I love Big. I definitely would not say it's not a classic. I would say it. I wouldn't argue if somebody said it's a classic. I wouldn't say hell no, that's not a classic. It's like it's debatable.
Why is it a debate?
Fucking Biggie. Well then let's go like this: Biggie, Tupac, and fucking Game double CD. Those are the ones that's
those
classics.
are classics.
Anybody else we missing?
The Gift and the Curse was.
What?
Now, I'm not saying it was a classic. I'm thinking of albums that had a double CD. I can't remember off the top.
Okay.
That's a lot.
I think E40 had a double CD. Or Too Short.
I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, we get into who had.
It's hard. It's hard because niggas don't do that, especially nowadays.
I think niggas scared to do that.
That's tough. That's tough. Oh, you want to count DMX? Oh, he dropped it.
Oh, I think X can do it.
Yeah, but did he drop it in the same years? Does that count?
No, that don't count.
That don't count?
No, that don't count.
All right.
No, that don't count. And honestly, it was hard for me to count Game because it's 1 week and then another week. But
okay, but it still go together.
Yeah,
though.
it still go together.
Damn, I don't know. Nah, that's a good question, bro. I gotta do my research on that.
Yeah, me too.
Cause off the top, I only could think of a few niggas, and I know but to me, it feel like mad niggas dropped the double CD, don't it? I may be tripping. Damn, but how about the people like this that did with DMX dropped 2 classics in 1 year?
Yeah.
How many people have done that?
Let me ask you this:
God damn.
Why can't niggas make a classic? Because the thing is, like,
nothing is a classic no more.
But the thing is, you would think if you are getting paid to make an album, right?
And it takes you a year and a half to 2 years to 3 years, you should automatically have a classic.
How the fuck can't you make a classic in 2 years?
Stop putting songs on your mixtape. Niggas mixtapes be fire, but their album is trash. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How you make and then it comes back to nowadays, motherfuckers love making a mixtape because you don't have to clear nothing, you don't have to do none of that shit. You can just put your heart and soul in some shit, and the people gonna love it, but it's time the album, you gotta get this sample cleared. This person fucking up, he then mail a verse in time. Shit changes your album too, so
I would take the hit though. Like if I had to pay, give a person full pub for
but your date is your date because we gave you October 10th, but Jadakiss dropped October 15th. Nigga, we not gonna put y'all out on the same day, so sometimes they gotta take the fall.
Well, fuck it, I'll take the fall. I ain't gonna put my shit out. I'll put my shit out next year.
We don't know the politics to that because that's beyond the artist. Then you know what I'm saying. So
the only thing I'm saying is if you made a classic album, right? Let's say you made one classic album, and you out now. Right? You know all the producers. You know all the new rappers, all the upcoming rappers. Right? How the fuck can't you make a classic album? Like if I say it to you right now,
tough.
Like if I said to you
don't know what's gonna appeal to the people and you don't know what's not.
But you know what's nice?
Yeah.
All you can do is be the best you.
How you going? You're supposed to put your heart in everything.
Right, you're supposed to be the best you.
Listen, I mean, all I'm saying is when Mastermind dropped, that shit was a fucking classic. But God Forgives I Don't, it's not a classic.
It's not. It's not.
If he would have just switched it and made that his mixtape and made that his album, he would have had a classic album. A lot of niggas do that shit, though.
This is true. No, I think you mixing up.
God Forgives I Don't, not
Rich
Mastermind.
Forever. Rich Forever. Rich Forever.
Oh
Rich
my
Forever.
God.
Yeah, you ready to fuck up.
I love Rich Forever. Listen,
So
Rich
you saying
Forever is one of my favorite mixtapes of all time, bro.
So you saying if Rich Forever
If
would
Rich
have swapped
Forever
with
was the
God
album,
Forgive,
if God
I Don't.
Forgives I Don't was the mixtape, he would have had a classic.
Right, right.
It's going to be a classic because it's still a mixtape.
Right, right.
It's still a body of work, but it's not a classic because it's not an album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If God Forgives I Don't is definitely not a classic. It was good. It was excellent music, but it's not a classic.
No, it's not.
But Rich Forever is a classic.
Rich
What
Forever.
if you would have just switched the dates and switched it around, nigga? He would have had, and he dropped, whatchamacallit, Mastermind and all that shit. It was just, after that, he would have had a solid, like, boom, boom.
That Rich Forever hard as shit.
That shit hard as
I
fuck.
gotta put that on my phone.
I always had that on my, that's one of my favorite
gotta put that shit on
mixtapes,
my
my nigga. That shit was so inspirational, nigga, and that shit was so magical. That's what we talking about, magical. Like, that shit had all the component.
It did.
The nigga, the videos behind that, the features, everything about that shit was crazy.
Let me ask you, let's stick on the same show. Let me ask you this. Who do you think, like, if you was around, let's say you were around Ross, right?
Yeah.
And you hearing Rich Forever and you hearing God Forgive I Don't. Do you say, yo, Ross, you don't put this one out first? Yo, that one right there, that's an album, my nigga. Put that up.
You're supposed to.
Well, why all? It's not just Ross. So it's a lot of niggas who got out mixtapes is like.
But see,
fire.
This is why I don't know. We don't know that element because we don't know the business side is playing into that. Because when I hear Soul Tape, those are classic.
Yeah.
They should be albums.
Right. What about dedication? I mean, there's this is no competition. 1, 2, and 3. There's no competition.
It's fire, my nigga.
Right. Even
Classical,
Summertime Shit Up.
all those are classics. Mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? And see, I had to agree kind of what Fab was saying. Fab made an excellent point of this, and I think we have to apply it to this podcast. You get more freedom in making the mixtapes.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, mixtape was hopping on another nigga beat and just going off.
Is he selling the mixtape on iTunes?
I don't know about that. No,
I mean, not him.
Not Summertime Shootout.
Okay.
Some people do it. Some people sell a mixtape.
But if you dropping a classic mixtape and put it on iTunes, you still can sue, right?
I don't know.
I think you can.
know
It's
the
still
business
dealing with
side
the
of it.
money. It's still dealing with money.
But
If you
I'm
get
saying-
any type of, I think people. Go ahead. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
No, what I was saying is that back then, a mixtape, like no ceilings and all that, it was like a no ceilings type of thing. Like, nigga, I ain't getting no original beats. I may have 1 or 2 original songs, but give me that beat, I'm gonna slay the shit. G-Unit and them niggas had mad original music, but it was
Dipset.
all mixtape shit. It wasn't album shit. But now, when Kendrick Lamar came out with Section 80, that's an album for real, for real. It's not a mixtape no more. They mastered the art of making mixtapes. That's what Fab was saying. They mastered it. Now by the time you see this, you put in your original music, but you making it into an album format.
Right.
So that's why some people rather just do the mixtapes because it's like an album. It is an album. It's just not getting purchased for the money. But they get purchased on the back end.
But your album is more important than your mixtape.
But this is what I'm saying. The album is not as sacred as it is once was.
It is.
It's not no more.
It is. You know why?
Why?
When you think about Big Crit, first album, right?
That shit was weak.
Right.
But
right.
the mixtape was fire.
Right. But what happened if he didn't drop a fire album, but his mixtape was whack?
It'd be the same.
No, he get more love. When you drop your album,
when it comes to hip hop, he would get deemed as a classic.
Right. And that's the thing. You want that. Like.
But we saying
a classic album is like a fucking ring.
Nah, but that is a ring.
You know what I mean? You can fucking dunk. You can fucking be in a motherfucking 3-pointer. You can win a 3-pointer contest. You can win a dunk contest. You can be the MVP. You could be in a motherfucking what's that shit called? The Olympic shit. You could be in the Olympics.
Medal.
You can do all that shit.
It ain't a ring.
But if you don't have a fucking ring.
That was a perfect analysis.
Yeah.
Non-sports ass nigga.
You ain't know I knew that shit.
know what I'm saying?
It's a bit, but for real, if you don't have that motherfucking ring,
Your album is your ring.
your album is your fucking ring. Where your niggas rings at, man?
Niggas got a lot of MVPs and no rings.
Where your ring? You don't care about the ring, my nigga? Stop worrying about the money, worry about the ring. Your ring gets you the money.
I can't argue with that.
Now, where would Joey Badass be at right now if he'd have said, fuck the money, I want the ring and go with the motherfucking Hove?
That would have been crazy.
Where would niggas, boy, it's a lot of people we can name. I don't want to just pick, I ain't like I'm trying to pick on Joey, but it's a lot of niggas we could just say, if you'd have just went with this person, you would have a ring. If you'd have just went with this person,
you played for this team, it would have been a ring.
You would have had a ring.
And that, yo, I can't argue, yo. That was a fucking perfect analysis. Niggas got a lot of MVP awards, which is classic mixtapes.
Right.
It ain't no album.
Wait,
but do you put mixtape in albums now?
No, it's not a
still
ring.
can't do it.
It's still not a ring. It's an
got a
MVP.
class-
It's an MVP.
But it's not a ring.
But it's not a ring. No, that's not an MVP. It's a gold medal.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You got an MVP.
Because the MVP, if you ran the summer. If you ran the summer, you an MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like got a family to feed, here MVP right now.
Yeah.
But what about your motherfucking album?
Yeah, the album.
Can you get a ring?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
you're right. Fab got a lot of MVPs.
he got a lot.
But he ain't got the ring.
And he got a lot of gold medals too.
a lot of MVPs, a lot of gold medals, dunk contests, 3-point shootout, but he ain't got a
it's a
ring.
lot of-
He made the finals, but he don't got a ring.
Bun B got all that shit, but don't have a ring. I mean, he got a ring with the groups.
Yeah.
But solo wise,
But he got a classic, whether it was group or not.
yeah, he do.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
do. But I'm talking about solo wise, he don't have a ring
But
yet. But see, then again, it go back
He
to
played for the right team. He got a ring.
no, it go back to eras. It go to regions because.
Niggas gonna say that shit.
Who's
was
to
a
say?
classic.
Who's to
Yeah.
say in Texas niggas like you
That
tripping?
underground shit was a classic.
No, not underground. I'm talking about his shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? His personal album. If somebody might be like, yo, Bun B first album is a fucking classic.
You're right.
Is it by his region though?
By his region, it's a classic.
You understand what I'm
You
saying?
have to give him that.
We bending rules again.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is why we talk about it.
Yeah.
Shit is going to get bent sideways because it's just opinions. People opinions got different opinions. But in Houston, you better not never say that it's not a classic because it's damn near debatable. It's close, but niggas gonna feel like that.
Same thing with Scarface album.
Scarface, we said it before, but I personally think Scarface got a classic.
You do?
Yeah.
What album? The Fix. Cause that's all. Well, up north dudes always bring up The Fix. Cause Jay-Z was on there. Jay-Z and Beans is on there. Niggas,
I love the Fix, nigga. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're right. I love the Fix though. But see, niggas slept on Scarface's last album.
Oh, that shit hard.
Hard.
Well, if you think about it, his last couple albums
It's a
been hard as
classic
shit.
in this generation.
His
nigga.
last couple albums. His last couple albums was
Gotta respect that.
all right.
But it's I don't know, bro. We always gonna bend the rules because different shit mean different to different people.
Yeah.
But region wise, everybody gonna have a classic, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna be and niggas in Brooklyn like, nigga, Fab don't got a classic.
Yeah.
He don't. You know what I'm saying? And
But then we see, and that so
niggas in New York, what's gonna go crazy if you say Jada don't have it? But that's also niggas being biased too. I get that, but I could argue if it's debatable. Debatable, you got a fine line. But these are people who clearly don't. It's not a clear win.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
See when you see that, and that's the thing. When it's debatable, that's when you can say it's not a classic. If it's debatable, it's not a classic.
Nah, but debatable could be a classic though. In different, because niggas got argument points.
True.
What I say, The Kiss of Death, to me, that was the last album. See, it's in this era. I would say it's a classic in this era, personally.
Right.
That shit was fire,
Right.
retarded. You know what I'm saying? In this era, it would be a classic. So I would say, do Jada Kiss have the classic album? The last album was classic.
Right.
But The Kiss of Death, in the era where classics really mattered, I'm gonna say it's debatable to some people.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go back and forth. Right now, I'm gonna name an album, then you go get with me. All right. Illmatic.
Classic.
Go.
For me,
No.
oh, for you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a tricky one because you know what I'm saying.
Good.
What's
No.
the game? Look. What's the game's been missing?
No.
See?
Now, let's go back and forth and let's explain why.
All right.
All right. If we say no, let's explain why. I don't think what the game is missing because I don't feel like, I can't put it against Ready to Die, Illmatic.
We can't. We gotta stop doing that.
Okay.
That's why I said
I just don't think. I think every song on there is good, but I don't think every song on there is magical for me, for my era.
See, and that's what we go at because to me, that's.
But that shit era though.
It's a debate. It's a highly debatable topic because I'm gonna say personally, it's a classic, bro.
Right.
When I say that, I mean everything that happened in that time.
I like
frame,
the Cook Cracks better than I like that album.
but that was around the same time. He used the same format.
But
And see, this is what I also had to tell you. He had that Cook Crack wave. He was the MVP of the summer, nigga. Nobody was fucking with him at that time. That nigga had Clockwork. That nigga had Shouters. That nigga had Murder. That nigga had the shit about his son. The nigga had Young Man Rumble. Now the track listing on that shit was crazy, nigga. He had the whistle song. He had Mic Check. Yo, those are all
good songs.
Retarded.
They all good songs.
They all was on the same album. How was that not classic?
I mean, you asked me what I think.
I'm just saying. This is throwing out there to what you're saying.
They go back to what we saying. We bending rules for certain things. It go to era. It go to.
But that's a highly debatable. All right.
And no, it's a lot of niggas probably like right now, like you tripping, and I understand that. But that's why we are the risk takers.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? Good Kid, Mad City.
Not a classic to me.
Why?
I feel like he fell short of a classic. I feel like he went to Game 7 and missed the buzzer beater. That song with Mary J, that shouldn't have been on the album. And I love Mary J, and I liked the song. I think it was cool. I just didn't think. But all right, that was a bonus track. What am I not correct? And take away the bonus track, it's a classic. I just didn't like. Nah, I can't say that. It's a classic. I have to go with that. It's a classic. I be riding the line. I'm so debatable with that shit. One day I listen to it, I feel it's a classic, and another day I feel like it's not a classic. But given in the criteria, and I'm saying this on record now, it's a classic.
Let's not.
And you know I say it's a classic because he changed the whole West after that.
All right.
Shit that was the Star Kid.
Name classics from the West.
Classics from the West, the documentary 1 and 2.
What else?
The Chronic.
Let's set a standard.
All Eyes on Me.
Let's set a standard for the West. Let's set a standard for the East. Let's set a standard for the South and the Midwest. So going forward, when we say this, we can use.
Yeah, because we it's so debatable.
Yeah.
Like one day I say it's a classic, the next day I'm like, nah, it wasn't a classic. But he's one of those artists where I feel like Section 80 was a definite classic, but
Right.
Good Kid, Mad City wasn't Section 80 to me.
I feel like Section 80 was better than Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So am I tripping by saying that? I don't want to discredit Good Kid, Mad City. Is it a classic to you?
Yes, it's a classic.
All right. So you agree. But was it better than Section 80?
No, it wasn't better.
Exactly. So that's why I'll be getting caught up in the debatable with Kendrick's album because I know for that coast,
You know he can do way better.
way better.
Yeah, like it's good, but we
listen,
know.
but for that coast, them skits, the swag he had, the movement behind them, the track listing, it's a classic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying let's come up with a standard so going forward when we having shows and we say this not a classic, or this a classic, niggas can be like, they know what we putting as.
Not Good Kid,
pinnacle.
Mad City is gonna be a classic. The Game had mad classics, my nigga.
Easy Does It is a classic to me.
Yes. The Chronic. What Snoop Dogg shit?
Dougie Style.
Doggy Style, classic. You know what I'm saying?
Chronic. 1 and 2.
Chronic. And who else? See, but then we got to get in the topic of the Too Short shit.
We need
to get a nigga from the West to fill us in on that.
No, what we gotta do is just take our time and just
dissect the music.
We need to go like for Too Short and E40 for both. I don't know.
E40 got classics.
I can't. I mean, I don't think he doesn't because I feel like he got.
But you saying you're not educated on him?
No, and I don't want to just speak on him. And you know what I mean, I want to make sure when I say. But I want to talk about the stuff that I do know that's classics.
Yeah.
And if y'all know something that's classics, post under it what's on the West Coast is some classics that we didn't name.
And it's tough because we
Or
always
East
say
Coast
because
or West Coast.
E40 got a classic for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, he got a definite classic for what we've known him to do.
An E40 classic.
Because he's like a Nori. He's the Nori of the West Coast. For real, my nigga.
Right.
Like, the slang, the terminology, just being an OG, he really is like the Nori of the West Coast.
Right.
But I think he dropped more albums than Nori.
Or is Nori the E40 of the East Coast?
Same shit.
No, not same. Because E40 was first.
First, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
You wouldn't get an OG as
Nah,
first.
even when they talk about it, Slum said he got a lot of knowledge from OG.
Right.
So you got to put the OG first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said he got mad knowledge and wordplay from E40. So, yeah.
All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli.
Machiavelli, yeah.
That's still West Coast.
Yeah.
Who else?
Mac Dre. Did he ever drop an album?
He have mixtapes from what I understand, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he got albums. I'm not sure.
Damn.
I'm not sure. I better do the
No,
math.
you got to do that.
I think he got mixtapes, but albums I'm not sure. I would have to go do the math. Or if he do have albums, I believe is
Ice Cube.
Yeah, he got classics.
That's what I'm saying.
He got classics.
So we put that up there.
Yeah, Ice
All right,
Cube.
so,
He probably got like 2 or 3.
And he wrote everybody else shit, so he got like 6.
Shit. Fuck. You ain't lying, yo.
You gotta
get that nigga straight out of Compton. You gotta get that nigga fucking every. God
You gotta
damn.
get that nigga everything, bro.
God damn.
All right, Crooked.
Nah, I can't give Crooked. What? That Status Select joint?
No, nigga, the album that dropped.
What album?
The Status Selector joint. Was that Status?
Yeah, that was
Am I
Status.
tripping?
Yeah, what's Status Select?
No, what's
the one he just dropped? That shit hard as shit.
When they split, which is not a split, but when Joe Budden dropped his shit, Joel Ortiz dropped, and then he dropped Status Selector. No, that was an album.
That
right?
was what was?
I forgot the damn name of this shit.
I'm not sure.
Damn,
You giving him a classic?
Yo, that shit was mean. But to go forward,
I'm talking about based on the standards of what we just said for us West Coast shit.
Does he have a classic?
I don't think he do. I think he a classic artist, but I don't think he got no classics.
Let me see.
I think he can make a classic.
Nah, he's definitely the group shit don't count. We already said that.
Yeah. If I can't right now, let's go up. I don't want to jump off West too fast. Who else over West? Razzcast over West.
Corrupt. Ooh.
Dougie Style, first album, classic.
Sheesh.
In fact, Corrupt got a double CD.
Sex, Money, and Hip Hop.
No, I don't think that's a classic. I think it's a good album, but I don't think it's a classic. I'm tripping.
Breaking my heart.
I'm
man.
tripping.
Was that an album or was that that was an album?
I don't think it's a classic. And let me say this to y'all.
Oh man.
If you think something,
Oh man.
you think it's a classic. Let me ask you this: if you think something a classic, actually,
I think it's a classic for him.
I think he can do better.
He could do better.
See,
He could, but that doesn't take away that he made a classic.
that means he has a melody. But remember, we said an artist mastering himself. That's when he has a classic.
This is him all the way.
I think the Status Selector might be better than that.
Nah,
Shit.
it's not. Status Selector shit. OD fire. Not better than him 1-on-1.
I'll go listen to it again, make sure.
nigga-
I'll make sure.
That nigga said I used to write rhymes on the back of an eviction.
That shit was
notice.
hard.
Oh,
that
my
shit was hard.
God,
I fuck with
my
that
nigga.
line. I fuck with that line.
God,
I fuck with that line. But was it magical? The album.
it wasn't magical.
See?
It lacked star power, but that's because he's not a star. He's not a star like that.
But we know what classes is, so let's not bend the rules right now.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not a star like that. Just like Joe Budden. None of the Slaughterhouse niggas is stars. Let's get it compared to the masses.
none of them niggas
Joe
stars.
Budden is not a nigga. It's not a star, nigga. He's an underground god, but he's not a star.
Oh, I thought you said they can't be stars.
No, I'm not saying they can't be. I'm saying
To the world.
masses,
To the world. I
they're
got you.
not
I
like-
got you.
They're not like Drake and these niggas.
I got you.
No, but to the underground world, they're gods. Though.
Right.
These are the head of the backpack niggas.
But do you think?
Yo, that sex and hip hop, yo, that shit was mad. It was dope.
But think about every artist we named from the West Coast so far.
It's up there, bro.
So you put
And,
that.
see, no.
Okay,
Listen,
okay.
all right,
I
this is my
already
debate.
started doing a comparison.
This is my debate.
Go ahead.
Lyrically, that shit's better than half the shit that was put out, my nigga.
Well, fucking Razzcast. Oh, if you want to go lyrical, you know who's real lyrical on the West Coast? Fucking Chino XL and fucking what's the dude? What's the dude with the weird hair?
Oh.
What's the dude with the weird hair? Tech Nine. You can
that's
put them
West
up there.
Coast. You got to put it up there.
You know
You
what
have
I'm
to.
saying?
You have to. This being technical, you have to put them niggas up there. They part of the West Coast.
Fucking DJ.
Exhibit.
He don't have no classics.
He don't got no classics.
He got classic songs. He don't got no classic albums.
Oh.
He don't got no classic. He don't got no motherfucking.
I'll say it's debatable for me with that, so I don't even want to get into no debatable. But damn, that sex and hip hop, yo, if that's an album, that needs to be up there, bro.
You think so?
And see, I don't want to. You know why I say that? Because the skits was mean. The intro was mean.
Mm-hmm.
The songs was mean. Lyrically, that shit is at a 10 out of. It can't get no more lyrical.
What
than
about
that.
the hooks?
The
What about
hooks,
the beats?
fire.
What about the arrangement?
The beats and arrangement is fire. That's why I got it.
Magical.
He's lacking that one thing, and I'm saying I don't want to take that away from him because he's not a star. He's not the star player.
He is a star.
He's a star personally, but nigga, you can't. You Ray Allen is a star, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you on a team with LeBron, you not a star, nigga.
But he ain't on the team with LeBron.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
when you
And
drop,
he's in the league. Listen,
when you-
he's in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Kobe, you got LeBron, you got Allen Iverson, you got all these players. He's not as star as them niggas.
Right.
But he is a Ray Allen type of nigga that's going to get you to win in the clutch.
but when he dropping his solo album, he is LeBron by himself.
Yeah.
So it's all on him.
But that's a classic, though.
I
gotta-
But you saying, all right? What you saying is it's a Crooked Eye classic.
It's a Crooked Eye classic.
I think Crooked can do better than that.
All right.
And you know what? In fact, a lot of times when we say artists don't have a classic, a lot of times we saying that we think you can do better than that. That's all we saying.
That's true, too.
Even on our other podcast,
That's true, too. Do I think he could do better? Hell yeah. I think anybody could top their last joint. You're only as good as your last joint.
Right.
But do I think that's a classic? I'm personally.
I'm not going to say it's not a classic. What I'm going to say to you is I'll go back and listen to it again, but at the first listen, I wasn't affected by it after listening to it first time. I remember.
You know why I listen? Well, then you can't qualify it.
I listened to it.
Yeah.
But it didn't make me be like, yo, this is a classic. Off like when I heard the Status Select one, I was like, yo, this tight as shit.
But to me, the Status Selector it's personal. It wasn't this bad. That's why I said it's a personal. That Status Selector was fire, but it wasn't as good as that.
Right.
I listen to this shit
Over
every
and over
day,
and over
nigga. Every day, nigga. I'm on the bus. I got this shit. I got the beats on. I'm zoned out to that shit. Like that shit was really mean, my nigga. I gotta put it up
I
there.
think we have enough on the wall to say what's classic for West Coast. Let's go up north.
Up north? Of course you got mad shit up north.
It's too much, really.
It's
to
too
name.
much. It's too much.
Then motherfucker, we be biased again.
We gotta put half of Jay-Z whole catalog. Throw Nas up there. Throw Illmatic. Throw Stillmatic.
Biggie.
You got
Ready
Biggie.
to Die.
You got Pun. Come on, you got all this shit.
You fucking who? You can throw Infamous Mob on there.
Jose up there.
Who?
Jose.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You could throw a lot. It's a lot of shit. yeah. Throw that one.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Them
nigga.
Bronx niggas always sticking up for Bronx.
Don't say that ain't a classic,
Oh,
nigga.
man, I ain't gonna say that.
Nah, that's a classic though.
I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, come on, man. That's a classic.
Whatever,
We gonna
nigga.
throw that
What?
What else? Coming Home With Me, classic.
Come home with me.
Cam, nigga.
Oh my! This nigga trying to slide every fucking
Beanie single the truth. Classic.
All right, I'm gonna let you say your classics.
That's my classic.
My classic to me is Ready to Die, Illmatic, Stillmatic, maybe
Only Built for Cuban Links.
Only Built for Cuban Links.
Oh, what's
The
Red Man shit?
Tales from the Dark Side.
Yo, that nigga, you gotta throw that shit up there.
Yeah, Red Man got a couple.
That nigga got classics.
Paid in Full.
I like Paid in Full. That's my shit.
What's KRS One joint? Fuck. I'm going blank. Fuck.
KRS shit?
LL Cool J got a couple.
Damn. To Cal? You throwing that in there?
I throw Tikal in there.
I love that shit.
What's Jizz's first album?
Just
Liquid Swords. I throw Liquid Swords on there. Now, see, that might go into me being biased.
No, you are biased with that, but we could
You gonna give me that?
debatable.
You gonna give me that?
It's a highly debatable.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. So, but enough got enough. North got enough to compare it to. We already know.
Kanye West, Midwest. Let's go Midwest.
Midwest?
Yeah, let's go Midwest.
I want to get into this because
You want to go down south?
No. Oh shit, we can go to Midwest because I need your opinion on this.
Go ahead.
Prom, is that a classic? That's how I feel about the crooked shit.
I gotta give it to it. I gotta give the Prime and the Prime Deluxe. That's
what I'm saying about the crooked shit.
Gotta
You
give
won't
it
give
to
that
it.
Prom.
I got it.
Prom, it could have been better. But
it's like.
But it is a classic.
No, Prime is like. It's good. The beats, the hooks, the lyrics.
That shit is fire.
It's like it's magic on there too. So it's like
that's why I said if you throw Prom in there, you gotta throw hip hop.
Shit, you motherfucker.
You gotta throw that fucking sex, drugs, and hip hop. You have to.
That Prime hard as shit.
That shit hard.
What about Azel?
The which one?
Azel, the Elmatic.
Who?
Azel. Am I saying this wrong? ELH.
Hold up. I don't know who the fuck you talking about.
Pull up crooked. Put up Royce the 5'9" featuring put up Black Milk featuring Royce the 5'9" and the other nigga name will pop up. I might be saying his name wrong. You know I was with Baltimore.
What shit is?
Let me see. You know I went to the Baltimore public school and shit. You know what I mean? So some niggas' names I say wrong and shit, man. But I think that nigga might got classics. I think that the Poison, not even the Poison Pen might be a classic.
Oh, Poison Pen. Oh my.
I'm talking about that nigga. You know that nigga?
I fuck with that nigga.
Nah, I'm talking about the album. Let me see.
That's the only thing he got.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Poison Pen is nice. I never heard his album, so I can't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But I heard that nigga spit plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a big fan, but yeah, man. I don't know, my nigga. I don't know.
His album.
I know who you're talking about. ELZHI.
Yeah, that nigga.
I don't know that nigga.
You ever hear the I'm Alzheimatic? I might be saying, I know motherfuckers like, nigga, you butchering the fuck out of his album. Whatever his album called, it was like an older Illmatic. That shit hard as shit. That shit a classic for the Midwest. What about M?
Oh yeah, M got classic.
Marshall Mathers a classic. What else a classic for M?
Recovery.
Recovery.
Yeah,
those are classics.
I never heard of this
Royce
dude.
5. You said Royce 5 now. Layers. That's a classic.
That's a classic.
That's a classic.
It is. I agree with you on that.
What is it? Can we go further back than that? Twister?
I'm about to start singing Layers. Damn, I gotta put that back on the phone.
That shit hard as shit.
That's my shit.
Yeah, that shit hard as shit. Twister?
Who else?
Twister?
Hell yeah.
You got a classic?
Hell yeah. Let's go Big Sean. You gonna put him up there with some classics?
I give him Detroit.
Detroit's a mixtape. It's not an album.
I can't. Well,
He ain't got no classics yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
But he is the closest thing.
He's close. He's close.
He
But
close.
he ain't get the ring.
But
yet,
it's somebody in
he's close.
Detroit right now saying it's a classic.
It's not.
Somebody in it right now in Detroit saying he got classics.
Yeah, of course. This is what he's repping for.
That go back to Ben and Ruth.
He had a movement. It's a movement behind him, but it's not a class. He don't got no classics. Not to me.
What about Bone?
But he's close. But he went to the playoffs. He got MVP. He just ain't get the ring yet. Detroit was his ring, but it's not an album. No.
Why didn't he make it an album? See, that's the shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Why not make that an album?
Detroit was magical and all that, and then to have the OG speaking on your shit.
That's so
God,
ill.
that
Why
was
wouldn't you
ill.
put that out as an album?
I don't know. That be killing me with these niggas sometimes. It kills me sometimes because if Detroit was an album, I would say he got a ring with that. That was dope as shit, but it was not an album. It was a mixtape. And it's fucked up when the mixtape be that good. You be expecting the album to be good, and then you drop the album. Not saying that it wasn't good, but it's just not classic.
Right,
you
right.
drop a classic, then go your rank back down. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. You could have had back to backs, my nigga. But Detroit, I love that shit. That's the only thing I was blasting when it came out, for real. But I don't know. That be throwing me off, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to talk about the Midwest, you got to throw my man Nelly up there, man.
There you go. You right for Nelly.
Nelly's first album was
Where
a
that
classic.
Jason Mask at, nigga?
Nah,
Where
man.
that Jason Mask at?
Nah, Nelly's first album was a classic. I mean, Country Grammar was a classic.
I remember you debated that before. What
Yeah.
about fucking what's her name?
Who? Let's go to Chicago. We
Bone
did-
Thugs and
we
Harmony.
did. Oh, was that? So Texas is West Coast or Midwest?
I think they from Cleveland.
What?
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
What?
They Bone Thugs and
Oh
Harmony.
yeah. I'm thinking about Bun B, and I'm thinking about some old.
You want to go down south, don't you?
Yeah, I did.
You want to go down south?
I did. I'm on some other. Oh, Bone Thugs. Damn. Yeah. I would put them up there.
Yeah, the first album.
Yo, but that's a group though.
But still,
Solo.
But still,
Nah,
but
Solo is
no.
Bino. But they got group magic.
Yeah, they got group magic.
Nah, I'm not gonna say the albums was trash. I didn't listen to either and any of them solo, so I can't talk about that. But yeah, they got a classic with that group shit though. That was fire.
Anybody else you could think about this
The
Midwest?
West, I'm trying to think of the Midwest.
Kanye West.
Chingy is he up there? Jaquan. Let's talk about that Jaquan album.
That shit down south, ain't it?
Nah, that's St. Louis.
I ain't giving no classic, yo. I can't give him that.
Chingy, he don't got.
I can't.
Jackpot wasn't a classic.
He might have classic songs on there. He might got because you can have hits. That don't mean you have a classic album.
Jackpot. You don't
If
think that was a classic?
If you want to give it to him, you can.
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you.
I ain't giving it to him.
Alright.
I ain't giving it to him.
I feel you.
Who else is missing? I know you fuck with me. I know you fuck with me. You ain't with me.
Oh,
Do or die?
that did we that was a group though.
Yeah, but it's
But it's classic.
Yeah, it's
that's
classic.
definitely a classic. I'm trying to really think. It's Common. You gotta put that motherfucker up there.
Yeah,
Common, definitely.
yeah.
Who else from the because I want to give the Midwest.
Albums. You want to go albums? We don't want to just say names.
No, that's those they had everybody we named got a classic album.
Old classic albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else are we? I feel like we forget somebody.
I don't know. We can come back. Let's go
Yeah.
south.
The South. Oh,
Fucking T.I., Jeezy, Ross,
Ross.
Wayne.
We had this debate,
Wayne.
and I don't want to throw it back up there because it was a debate. Trick Daddy. It's the debatables, huh?
There's somebody in Miami who's wild for that.
Are we doing females?
We can do everybody. We can just name people who got classics. So when we debate in the future and we say this not a classic,
Yeah.
or if we got to bring it up, people
Nah,
can be
because
like,
we trying to just compare the new to compare what's the standard for
Classics.
Classics.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well, you know.
but then again, it's still been
trap
though.
music, huh?
It's still been.
It's still been.
It's still been.
No, but everybody, the album that we named is a classic. But what are the highest
Right. What is the highest level of a classic from each region? That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, but Trapper, you got Trapper Die. Oh,
That's the mixtape though.
Trapper Die?
Yeah.
No, not Trapper Die. TM
101.
Oh, 101.
Yeah.
103.
103.
102 was damn near close.
102 was close.
But TM 101 put that shit as the standard.
Right.
That was up there.
Trap or Die.
Trap music.
Trap music.
Ooh.
King. Urban Legend.
Urban Legend. Yeah.
What's the shit before he went in jail the first time?
I forgot. I don't know the name of that.
What the
album.
fuck is
But
that?
he had
Paper Trails.
Paper Trails.
That's a
Yeah, the
classic.
Justin Timberlake song. Yeah.
Paper Trails.
Yeah, Paper Trails definitely was. I fuck with that. I didn't like the one before Paper Trails. It was after King. Though.
You were talking about that T.I. versus T.I.P.
Yeah,
I ain't like that shit either. I ain't like that shit. You
But,
good.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. But T.I. got 4 or 5 classics. So, but all those up there. Ross, you definitely got to put Port of Miami. What's the one that came after Port of Miami? That was classic too. Oh man.
The shit with the Jamaican sound and type shit.
Oh, what's the name of that shit? But we got that.
Mastermind.
And see, this is why I get fickle because damn, that motherfucking Rich forever, man. That should have been a fucking classic album, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Teflon Don.
Teflon Don. That was my shit. What else?
8-Ball MJG coming out hard. UGK riding dirty. Goody Mob.
Yeah.
Couple Outkast albums. Shit.
Well, you want to put her Billionaire? That was fire, but it wasn't a classic.
No, that wasn't
Triller.
a classic. Triller. You see, that shit make you say it, you know? That shit make you.
Nah, we forgetting the one that he made though, the big one that came out 2010. I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover.
What is that called? I can't even remember the name of that album.
Oh man.
What about motherfucking Master P? He got classics.
Master P, hell yeah.
You want to give True to the Game? TRU?
Damn.
That shit was
You
hard.
gotta put that shit up there.
You know what I mean? Master
Gotta
P.
put that shit up there.
But see, that's what I mean. That shit go to region, because it's some people right now that's from up north saying, Master P don't got no fucking classes, my nigga. You gonna put Master P up there with motherfucking Biggie, but when you keep it real, you think about that TRU with them niggas with the 3 ski masks with the golds in their mouth. When you heard that shit, you heard Lil Romeo.
That was something different.
When you heard Lil Romeo in the beginning, I think that's Lil Romeo in the beginning. When you hear that shit, you like, yo, that shit hard shit.
That's what I'm saying. That shit was, oh my God.
I'm a lone limit soldier. I thought I told you, no limit soldier. That shit was hard as shit.
Oh, damn.
Magical.
You right.
DS2?
DS2 I could put up there, man. It's a classic for Future, man. I mean, Future's the leader of the mumble niggas. So he created that style, my nigga.
Right.
He even said it. I went back in the lab, I recreated myself. He made new music. He had the wave, the swag, everything. I got put there.
Let me hop back up north real quick. Noi, the CNN album.
Lil Kim joint.
Lil Kim.
Yeah.
DMX.
We always forget about DMX. Is definitely DMX got like 4 classics, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the most consistent classic niggas up there.
Rakim, Cool G Rap.
Got all the niggas.
It's just a lot.
It's a lot of
and we
them.
kept saying up north niggas, it sounds so biased.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a lot, bro. And it's just because they had a long reign, my nigga. Like
Foxy Brown's second album.
Yeah, Foxy. Yo, it's a lot of classics albums, body of works. So that's what I'm saying. But we naming all this shit, but we can't keep comparing them to this, to that. We can't compare this new shit to that. It's not the same.
But I thought a classic was a classic.
It is, but not this generation, bro. I gotta stick with that. This music is watered down. It's not what it was.
I think that's why the shit is what it is, because we keep sliding and let it.
And that's why we at where we at.
It's part of that, and it's also part of they don't know the history. So they don't know how to make a classic because they don't even never heard a classic. They don't even know what a classic is.
We're not talking about my generation. We're not even talking about the Big Sean generation. We talking about the young boys.
Somebody ain't raising these niggas right, man.
Nah, it's niggas. I beg to differ. You know what I'm saying? I beg to differ. I just think music has significantly changed, bro. I don't think mumble music, and not disrespecting none of these artists, because I do like some of them and I do like some of these songs. I just don't think that's rap no more. Like, that's not hip hop to me.
But is hip hop?
It's a different section of hip hop.
Right.
But at the same time, a classic.
It just evolved. It's just evolved.
But a classic is a classic.
Because the thing is,
but we have to.
But we are giving a props. We said DS2 a classic.
Yeah.
And DS2 is not fucking ready to die.
It's not.
And then if you want to go real technical, motherfucking TRU is not motherfucking only built for Cuban links.
Yeah.
So we can't say we not giving. It ain't even about a South or up North shit.
Nah,
it's like
they got
that
classics.
is still that, and that is still that, but it's still classic.
It's still classic.
You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right.
I think we.
TRU is a classic though.
I think we giving I think based on what.
Too much credit.
No, I think we not. I think we kind of getting tricked by the game, because we know what a classic is. Yeah. Whether it's mumble rap, whether it's super lyrical rap.
Facts.
I mean, because like if we can say Noi is not super lyrical, but he still has a classic.
You're right.
And we can say DS2
It's not
only
super
built for
lyrical,
Cuban links,
but it was
it's still the classic. And we can still say Master P is not super lyrical, but it's still a classic. And yes, say Ready to Die is a classic. We not hating on regions. We not hating on.
We giving it up what it is.
Right. So you can still be you and make a classic, but it still got to be magical.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. You're right. You're right. So you can't. It ain't no slack on it. You got to live up to the standards of the people that said it before you. It's facts.
It go back to if you gonna be you, it ain't nothing wrong with being you.
Be you and make your classic your classic.
But it got to be a classic.
Classic. Exactly.
You can't be up there skating and shit and you think niggas gonna just give you a pass because you fucking doing everything except getting the ring. If you ain't getting the ring, nigga, you don't got no ring.
You can't be missing.
And then, it might be some angry motherfucker there like, nigga, fuck the ring, nigga, I'm getting to the money. Man.
It's not hip hop.
Fuck out of here, man.
And then we get into the argument, are you a rapper or are you an artist? Classic is a classic. Fuck
classic
that.
is a classic. A ring is a ring.
Ring is a ring.
Cause I know
gotta hold the standards to it.
I know Charles Barkley won a ring.
Yeah.
He might talk all that shit on that newscast.
But he ain't win no ring.
He won a ring.
He won it.
He won a ring.
Yeah.
He won one.
He ain't never win one.
Yeah, he won.
Throwing up all them good albums and you're a Charles Barkley of the game.
Yeah. You want to be a Charles Barkley of the game, or you want a motherfucking ring? Or you want to be a Jay of the game? You want to be a Nas?
No, because Charles Barkley don't got a ring, and there's niggas out there we love that got rings.
Yeah.
Facts. And they ain't even bring as much to the game as the Charles Barkley did. So that's what we get caught up at. But a ring is a ring, man. We gotta hold them to the standards that we hold everybody else to, and I get that. No taking slack. Oh, this not a classic, or this not your regional. Nah, a classic is a classic. If you having a topic, whether it's debatable, but I hate this fucking shit because now it's like, yo, Drake is better than Pac, my nigga. Drake was better than Big. That's where we at with music.
But it's easy.
Nigga said I could go and make a song. If I want to make a song and say, yeah, all day, that's going to be a classic in his eyes.
But see, the thing is, when you say stuff like that and you listen to your music, I can understand why you talk like that. Yeah. See, when you saying dumb shit and I listen to your music and you saying dumb shit, I understand.
Yeah.
Now, if you making fucking classic music and you saying that shit, then it's like, well, you still making good music. What can I say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But then again, it's like, maybe they might drop a classic album. You never know.
Still might drop a classic. Everybody got the opportunity to drop a classic. All it takes is hard work and focus and a little bit of magic.
That's the hardest part to get.
That's the hardest part to get.
The magic is the hard part to get.
Yeah, the magic is the hard.
And
because you can get the respect faster than you can get the magic.
You can get the respect and the money before you can get the magic.
Yeah.
I think magic also comes with being able to be on point with knowing who to collaborate with.
Like we said, it's mastering yourself.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of people now, they don't give the details about who they are. And it's not magical because we can't feel you. We can't feel your magic. You hiding from us, nigga. Like, we know you got it. Just give us some real detail shit.
Yeah, make me feel like I know you.
Make me feel personal.
Right.
Niggas not personal with the music.
Fuck seeing you on Instagram all day.
Niggas
I still don't know who you are.
Dance and do this. You need club hits, definitely. Do you need club hits in your album? Right. You could make a classic album without club hits, but it got to be you. It got to be personal. It got to be.
You know who else we be forgetting?
Who?
Not to switch subject. I'm gonna just throw his name out. Lil Boosie.
Oh shit. Yeah,
niggas
be up there.
Boosie be dropping that shit. And his shit, you feel it. You know he got diabetes. You know about him and his mother struggling.
That's why he connect. Another nigga we throwing in his counteract. Some nigga that's just like him.
Who?
Yo Gotti.
Yo Gotti.
Got classics. Do you think?
I would say he got a Yo Gotti classic.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But are we bending the rules for him?
He got a classic. If we're gonna say he got a Yo Gotti classic, he got a classic.
But are we contradicting? I don't know.
Nah, it get fickle. But
because if you go by, you know
why we feel fickle? Because niggas ain't doing their job. I feel awkward saying, yo, Jadakiss don't got a classic. And say he got a debate. No, we named him a classic because the last one is a classic. right now. It is.
I think it's hard.
But it's harder to give these vets the credit because we love them. Like, these niggas is giants and pioneers in the game, but if you don't got a ring, you Charles Barkley. Facts. Patrick Ewing was one of the greatest players of all time. He don't got a ring, my nigga.
Right. Iverson. Let's use Iverson. Because Charles Barkley is like an insult to niggas. If you say Charles Barkley, you know he a coon. He be doing all that coonish type shit. Let's use AI. Let's use AI as an example. It's a lot of AIs out this bitch.
It's a lot of AI.
It's a lot of AIs.
These niggas,
and we love AI.
Yo, AI.
He brought a lot to the game.
One of the most influential players in the game, my nigga.
But no ring.
But he don't got a ring.
That's what a lot of niggas.
That hurts niggas. That hurts niggas more than anything, bro. Yeah. To know AI don't got a ring. Got to be. I'm using your shit. AI, man. Niggas is AIing it out here, man. MVPs, gold medals. Fuck.
Duck contest, 3-pointers.
Don't got a ring, though.
Don't have a ring.
Damn. That hurts me.
Yeah.
That hurt my soul when you said that. Because I forgot. I would love the nigga so much, I'm thinking the nigga got 3 rings. You know
you don't even want to believe it.
I don't even want to believe this nigga don't got a ring.
Yeah.
That's what he would it be like, yo.
And that's how it be for rappers.
Yeah,
like, rappers be like, they be in the game so long and they done so much stuff.
They done brought so much stuff
you
to the
just
game.
give him the ring.
You give it to him.
He don't even got a ring. You be like, you know what? That nigga got a ring because his swag, this, that, the other, and all that shit.
The fucked up thing, AI had the magic.
He had the magic.
A lot of niggas got the magic and still don't got the ring.
Right. You know why?
Why is that?
Because they ain't practicing.
Damn.
You catch that?
Yeah. You right, bro.
Niggas ain't practicing. Practice?
I just want to talk about
practice. Practice?
Come on, man. Practice.
You gotta practice, bro. And also you gotta make the connects. You gotta be in there with songwriters that know how to write hook.
Yeah.
You gotta be in there with people like Puffy that know how to arrange songs, or being there with Irv Gotti or Jazzy Faye or these type of niggas that know how to make complete songs. You gotta get in there with these niggas. You know what I mean? And there's other niggas is hidden behind the cameras and nobody, not hidden behind the cameras, but
and that comes behind them. Like I said, bro, it's because niggas lacking personality, my nigga. Personal, and everybody that we name with a classic went personal, and they rhymes. Even Future, you niggas talk about his baby moms. Niggas talk about this. Niggas talk about selling crack
to his aunt, sleeping his grandmother couch.
That's what I'm saying. Like niggas personal.
Yeah.
A lot of these niggas is not personal. Some of these niggas is not personal.
Is anybody have a classic album that don't have personal stuff?
Nobody in the history. I can't think of it. Who has a classic album with no personal shit in their album? Not one personal thing. Damn. Nobody. That's what separates you. When people know you, the reason why we love these people is because we feel them, we understand them.
Right. You connect. On another level. Right.
That's what gives you that power.
Their pain become your pain.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that go back to what we were saying initially. You mastering yourself. And when you do that, people understand you better.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I think you can have a lyrical album and don't. It's just so many.
Every classic album. Everybody we name every classic album, they went personal. Even if it was one song, they went personal. The people that we not naming, they might have went personal and still not had a classic, because that's possible. You went mad personal, but you didn't have a classic. Mm-hmm. But the niggas that should be there, some of them didn't go personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need that shit. You need that connection. How else we gonna know you a star if you ain't displaying the star talent? We know you got dribble. We know you got a 3-point shot. We know your ups. You got dunks. How you combine all of that? What's your story?
And make it magical.
My nigga.
The hooks, the beats, sonically.
Yeah. That's a part of it.
The features. The cover.
Beats dictate who you are, my nigga. When you can rap on a beat, that dictate what you was feeling at that moment.
When you say you can rap on your beat, your flow, your cadence,
that shit is a lot.
All that shit matters.
Yeah, you gotta master you, nigga. You gonna pick a beat that's trying to be the heartbeat to what you saying, my nigga. Mm-hmm. That's what you need. Your heartbeat. The beat is your heartbeat, my nigga. You gotta know how to. be in tune with your heartbeat, nigga. Whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? Gotta know how to be in tune with that shit. Niggas ain't being personal, and it's also a couple of little elements that we might have left out, but that personal shit, I think that separates a lot of people, bro. But to wrap it all up, what we saying, we shouldn't water down what it is. A classic should be a classic. It's debatable classics, but even if you're debatable, that means you're talked about that much. That means you made a body of work that's still there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we can't go against the guideline. A classic is a classic, man.
And I feel like when we was naming a classic from each coast, I feel like we left some out because there's too many in the name.
Yeah, it's mad classic.
And I also believe that we might have named something that probably wasn't classic. When we look back or listen back, we'd be like, that's not really a classic.
It's debatable.
It's debatable. But then to go back to are we bending rules?
Region wise, I don't think that should be necessarily a biggest rule, but because in different regions held things different.
True.
We not gonna look at Jay as opposed to other people may not look at Jay. It's up north, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
People gonna critique Nas, but Nas is that shit dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Down south, you say something about T.I. or Guwap, niggas gonna look at you crazy.
Or Jeezy.
Or UGK.
Or Scarface.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas will be like, what? You know what I'm saying? But
that motherfucker might fight you.
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
Or if you say something about Wu-Tang.
I know a nigga that said Project Pat was better than Jay-Z.
Fuck out of here, yo.
Swear to God, nigga. And this wasn't even in these times.
And then you just got out of jail, nigga. I fuck with Project Pat.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I fuck with Pat. I mean, I fuck with Project Pat.
I fuck with Juicy too.
Boop, boop. I fuck with
It's not my favorite artist, but I fuck with their music. I think they nice. I think they brought something to the game, my nigga.
Right.
But
They did bring something to the
they
game.
brought a lot to the game.
Yeah.
They brought Grammys and shit like different, all types of shit.
Yeah.
But arguably,
And he got his own flow. And I respect the nigga with his own flow.
And the nigga's still around. He's been around for 20, more than that probably.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So you can't disrespect Juicy. But he's arguably one of those debatable artists. But where they from, you can't say that shit.
Right.
Classic niggas.
Yeah. Somebody might think.
No,
Pat better
and
than-
they arguably up there.
And we'll probably argue and probably go lyric for lyric with you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, arguably, they are up there. It's not a debate about that. Arguably, they could be held in that category.
Let me ask you this.
Especially Juicy.
See, that's the thing. When you start saying region from region, because it could also go to accents too. Because it's times where I heard another rapper with a different accent
E40.
rap something, you'd be like, yo, that shit sound ill as shit. And then he'd be like, this what's the name shit. He'd be like, damn.
That's why I said, like, niggas like E40.
Or the beat could be so wrong. You'll listen like I've heard Ice-T spit some shit on I think Combat Jack or one of them podcasts, and he spit some
Combat Jack shit.
He spit some shit. I'm like, oh, that shit hard as shit.
Yeah.
He was like, I wrote that in the 80s. I'm like, damn. But maybe that beat for that time was classic back then. But when I'm hearing the beat, I'm like,
that's why I said
it throwing me
generational
off.
classics. It is what it is.
It could be your voice. Like what's dude from Houston got that voice like
what?
Trey the Truth.
Yeah.
It could be your voice. Cause when you listen to
fuck
Trey,
with Trey.
he be saying some shit.
fuck with
Zero be saying some shit.
Yeah.
But if you ain't in tune with listening to,
And that's why we gotta say regional. It plays a part, bro. Because we
Yeah.
don't understand it.
but when you finally get in tune with it,
Yeah.
when your ears
When
adjust
your
to
ears
what,
connect to what it's saying.
then you understand. And you be like, yo, I've been missing out on this
Be
shit. all
like,
this
I
time.
fucked up.
I
That
fucked
was a
up.
classic.
I apologize.
Yeah, you got to.
I apologize.
And that's why region plays an effect, my nigga.
Yeah.
And that's why you kind of need different opinions to put you in perspective.
Yeah.
'Cause like you said, I mean, I know what I liked. Like, I know Ape on MGG. I fuck with it, but it wasn't Trey the Truth. I fuck with that nigga.
Right.
It's like, yo, and I know the nigga's super lyrical. But like you said, some people, generational beats also play the effect.
Yeah, it's all type of elements. All
Because
type
the hip hop, to them that was a classic. To us, it'd be like, oh, yo, what the fuck was that shit? But when you hear niggas like Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh and them, like the way they was doing their music, it was different, but you understand it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It just Now I just want people to be aware. You got to start really dissecting the music, my nigga. I want artists to make music that can be dissected and talked about like this. You have to.
Right.
You have to. Because a classic should be a classic anywhere. No discussion.
Right.
If we not in tune with the music, we got to make ourselves in tune with it to make sure that we understand if it was a classic or not. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want people to do.
Do you think a person can drop a classic and you don't know it's out? Like, can a classic be so overlooked that nobody know what a classic?
Yeah.
Like Reasonable Doubts when that dropped, nobody didn't really know what that.
Yeah,
but
it happens all the time.
But do you think a classic, like if you really love hip hop for real, right? Do you think a classic could be dropped and it's one of the main people that some of the people that's already out there and they got yeah, it can happen.
It can happen.
Because we ain't listening to all the E40 discography. We ain't listening to all the Too Short discography.
Exactly.
And we gotta go back and do the math.
Regional.
Some bullshit. It ain't like that now.
No, it's easier.
But you missed out on a lot of shit.
We missed out when we was younger. But now it's not like that because now you got the ability to go in. You got iTunes. You got all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you can go in and check it. Back then it wasn't. No, back then it was. You had to go in the store. If that wasn't your man you was fucking with back then, it just wasn't your person.
No,
you didn't know.
No, better yet, if it wasn't shown on TV, you didn't know.
It's crazy. Regional.
You ain't even know.
Regional plays a part in the classics, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's wrap this shit up, man.
Yeah, man. But bottom line, do your research. A classic should be a classic no matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Technology is way too more advanced. Dissect the music, feel the music, and artists put out music that niggas want to feel. Put out that classic shit.
And on my bottom line is, if you love this shit, love this shit.
Yeah.
Don't be fickle. Don't like it. If you don't love it, don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when we in here, we spending our times doing this shit. You know, I could be doing some other shit. My motherfucking nigga Cliche could be doing some other shit, but we doing this shit because we love it. We ain't doing this shit for no money. What we doing it for, my nigga?
The love of the game.
We are the risk takers.